On a cold winter evening in a small American town, an old shoemaker sat quietly inside his tiny shop. His hands trembled as he stitched one last pair of shoes outside. Expensive cars passed by without slowing down. No one knew that this poor old man was about to leave behind a gift that would change the life of one of the richest families in town forever, and his final wish would make them cry. Chapter 1. The Old Shoemaker. Name was Samuel Carter. For over 50 years, Samuel repaired old shoes. He never became rich. His little shop was old and dusty. The sign outside had faded. Most people bought new shoes instead of repairing old ones. Business was disappearing, but Samuel had one rule. If someone can't afford to pay, they leave with their shoes anyway. Many poor families remembered him, children who had no money, single mothers struggling to survive, old veterans living alone. Samuel helped everyone, yet he always returned to an empty house. His wife had passed away years before. His only son had died in a car accident. His granddaughter Emily had moved away and lost contact. Samuel had no one. Chapter 2. The Millionaire. Family across town lived the Harrison family. They owned hotels, restaurants, and real estate. Harrison was worth hundreds of millions. His wife Victoria loved expensive parties. Their son Ethan was studying business. Their daughter Lily dreamed of becoming an artist. The family had everything money could buy, but they rarely ate dinner together. Richard only cared about work. He believed poor people were poor because they didn't work hard enough. His luxury Italian shoes broke during a business meeting. His assistant searched for a repair shop. The only one nearby was Samuel's tiny store. Richard hated the place, this old shack, but he had no choice. Chapter 3. An Unexpected Friendships. Samuel smiled. I can fix those. Richard looked around. You still do this for a living? Samuel laughed. I don't fix shoes. Richard frowned. What? I fix journeys. Every pair of shoes carries someone's story. Richard left without another word. The next day, he returned. The shoes looked brand new. How much? Samuel smiled. $20. Richard handed him 100. Samuel gave back 80. I'd only charge what's fair. Richard was surprised. No one had refused his money before. Chapter 4. Small lessons. Began visiting the shop, not because of the shoes. Because of the conversations. Samuel knew everyone. He remembered names. Birthdays. Dreams. Problems. One day, Richard asked, why didn't you become rich? Samuel smiled. Samuel pointed outside. You see those people smiling at me? That's wealth. Richard had no answer. Chapter 5. A little girl. One snowy afternoon, a little girl walked into the shop. Her shoes had holes. Repaired them for free. Richard watched. You'll never make money doing that. Samuel smiled. Maybe not. The little girl hugged Samuel. Thank you, Samuel whispered. That's enough payment. Richard couldn't stop thinking about it. Chapter 6. The final winter. Samuel became sick. Doctor told him to retire, but he kept working. One evening, Richard visited. Samuel handed him a small wooden box. If something happens to me, promise you'll open this. Richard nodded. A week later, Samuel's shop stayed closed. For the first time in 50 years, Samuel Carter had passed away peacefully. The whole town came to his funeral. Rich and poor stood together. Richard was shocked. Of people cried. Chapter 7. The Last Gift. That night Richard opened the wooden box. You think success is building businesses. I think success is building people inside. This box are the names of people who need help. Them maybe you can. My last wish isn't for me, it's for them. Samuel. Richard found another envelope. It contained Samuel's life savings, only $4,300. Carefully saved. Note: use this first. Richard couldn't sleep. 8. Changing hearts the next morning. Richard visited the first family, a widow struggling to pay rent. Veteran. Then, a young student. One by one, he met dozens of people Samuel had quietly helped. None knew Samuel was poor. They thought he was wealthy because he always gave, Richard cried. He had millions. Yet, Samuel had been richer. Chapter 9. The family changes. Richard brought Ethan and Lily. They met the families. Lily began painting free murals. Ethan started scholarship programs. Victoria organized charity events. Slowly, the Harrison family changed. They laughed more, worked together, ate dinner together. Center of their lives. Chapter 10. The old shop lives on. Richard bought Samuel's shop. He didn't turn it into a luxury store. The sign stayed. Shoe repair. Anyone in need could get shoes repaired for free. A wall inside displayed Samuel's words, "Kindness travels farther than money ever can." Chapter 11. Emily returns months later. A young woman arrived. Emily, Samuel's granddaughter. She had searched for him, but she was too late. Richard handed her the last letter. Samuel had written, "Don't blame yourself. Life takes people far away. Come home when you're ready. Love never leaves." Emily broke down in tears. She decided to stay. Learned the craft. Owner. Chapter 12. The greatest surprise. 1 year later, the town gathered. Richard unveiled a statue, not of a king, not of a millionaire, but of an old shoemaker sitting at his bench. Children read the inscription. He repaired shoes. He healed hearts. He reminded us that kindness is the greatest wealth. Richard spoke to the crowd. Samuel left me something more valuable than money. He taught me that the richest people are the ones who leave love behind. Emotional. Ending. Years passed. People forgot many rich businessmen, many famous celebrities. They never forgot Samuel Carter. Children grew up hearing his story. Parents brought worn-out shoes to the old shop, not because they needed repairs, but because they wanted to remember a man who believed every person mattered. And on the counter, under a small glass frame, rested Samuel's final message. If you have enough to help someone today, don't wait for tomorrow. A simple act of kindness can become the greatest gift a family receives, a legacy that lasts forever. Moral of the story: true wealth is not measured by what we keep, but by the lives we touch. The smallest acts of kindness can change generations and become the greatest inheritance of all.